Hey everybody, it's the Uniformed Historian. Thanks for taking a couple minutes to listen to me for a few minutes. Today is the 160th anniversary of the Battle of Hurricane Bridge, which took place in Hurricane, West Virginia, when the 8th Virginia Cavalry and the 16th Virginia Cavalry, under the command of Albert Jenkins, attacked companies A, B, D, and H of the 13th West Virginia Infantry inside their earthen fort. Now, just a little bit of backstory on this. Last year, I told the story from the perspective of the Union soldiers inside the fort, so I thought this year, to balance things out a little bit, I would emphasize a little bit more on the Confederate perspective of the battle. So if you want to read more or listen to me talk more about the Union perspective, just go back a year and you'll get to see all that good stuff. But this year, I decided to focus on the Confederate perspective. So Albert Jenkins' cavalrymen had been marching. That's right, they were not on horseback. They had left their horses behind in Old Virginia and had marched all the way to this little-known town of Hurricane Bridge. At the time, Virginia, but soon would be West Virginia. When they got there, they demanded that the fort surrender, and the fort decided, no, we're not going to surrender. This would end up being the first taste of combat for many men in the 13th West Virginia Infantry. The first-hand accounts of the battle state that the men inside the fort were so nervous because they were surrounded on three sides by a far numerically superior enemy. The men remarked that before the battle took place, before the first shot was fired, it was so quiet that the only thing that you could hear was the fluttering of the collars in the wind. Albert Jenkins was a wealthy man. He was a congressman before the war, and he had imported Whitworth sniper rifles from England for some of his troops, and I have with me not one from the battlefield, but one that my pawpaw dug up in Virginia. This is what a Whitworth bullet looks like. This is not exactly the best example. You can't really see it on the camera here, but if you run your fingers around it, you can feel that it's got edges. It's not round, it's got edges around it. And that was just part of the way that the bullet was designed for this particular weapon. But these were deadly with the globe sights. However, one thing that they did not know was a little tidbit of knowledge about science. Now, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a mathematician, however, I have been told by some very intelligent people that if you fire a bullet over land, it goes at a certain speed and it drops at a certain rate, but if you shoot it over water, you lose some of that momentum behind the bullet, and that is exactly what happened at the Battle of Hurricane Bridge. The men with the sniper rifles, the Whitworths I mean, were on the Confederate right, the Union left, and they were shooting what they thought were bullseyes, but the bullet was dropping more than it should have because they were trying to shoot over a little bit of water. So after 5 hours of fighting, there were only 7 Union casualties, and most of them were head wounds and shoulder wounds. So, little tidbit of information for you there. Albert Jenkins and his men, they could have easily just bypassed the fort. However, if they had bypassed the fort, they would have had to have fought their way back, and the Union troops inside the fort would have been a lot more prepared for them. So, it was in his best interest to fight his way up instead of on his way back. Now, to come to the second part of this video, I posted a trivia question earlier today. Actually, 3 questions about the Battle of Hurricane Bridge, and the winner was Mr. Luis Martinez. So, Mr. Martinez, congratulations. You are going to be the recipient of the very first ever Uniformed Historian Haversack Handout. Ooh, what could I pull out of the bag? Well, let's see what you've won today. You are the proud owner of a piece of broken hardtack. Congratulations. I guess I could just throw a stamp on this and mail. Wait, what's that? That's not... Oh. Okay, I guess that's not it. Hang on, let's see what else is down in here. Ground coffee? No? Okay. Oh, I know. How about a signed copy of Dr. Phil Hatfield's book, The Battle of Hurricane Bridge? How would that suit you? So, congratulations. you have a new book for your library. Make sure I've got your mailing address so that I can mail this bad boy to you. And I do thank you for participating in the question today. And congratulations again. Thanks for following. This won't be the last time I do one of these giveaways. So if you want to win the next Uniformed Historian Haversack Handout, stay tuned. Subscribe to the page. I also do contests on Instagram. Just follow, stay tuned, and make sure to comment and like on the posts and such. And who knows, maybe you'll be the next winner. So take care. God bless. I'll see you guys at the next Uniformed Historian site.